Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden has vowed to heal a United States that's been hurt by the COVID-19 pandemic. In his speech, formally taking his place as the party's standard bearer, he warns that his rival, President Donald Trump, would only go on to stoke fear and hatred if re-elected.
As many have said, America is at an inflection point, a time of real peril, but also of extraordinary possibilities. We can choose a path of becoming angrier, less hopeful, more divided, a path of shadow and suspicion, or we can choose a different path and together take this chance to heal, to reform, to unite, a path of hope and light. This is a life-changing election. This will determine what America is going to look like for a long, long time.
Simon Marks joins us from Washington, D.C. for more on this. Simon, Joe Biden says that if elected, he would implement a national plan to battle the coronavirus pandemic on his first day in office. Did he get into any specifics?
No, he didn't. Well, he got into very limited specifics. So he says that on his first day in office, there will be a national strategy to deal with COVID-19, which he identified as the biggest crisis facing the nation today. And in specific terms, we learnt last night that he will order a national face mask mandate so that Americans all over the country from coast to coast are told they have to wear face masks whenever they go out in public. He will authorize the manufacture of more protective equipment for frontline healthcare workers. And he said he would move as much of that manufacturing to the United States. He wants to stop buying supplies from outside the United States. And he said that he's going to make it easier for schools to reopen safely, although we absolutely didn't learn from Joe Biden in that speech last night precisely how he's going to bring that about. And the devil, of course, in that will be in the details. So he's promising a national strategy, or at least he did last night, but he's certainly not delineating in precise detail exactly what it's going to contain. He did, however, say that President Trump has said that coronavirus will eventually go away like a miracle. Well, he said to President Trump, there isn't going to be a miracle, and we have to come up with some kind of strategy for dealing with COVID-19 because you can't fix the economy if you don't fix COVID-19.
Well, speaking of President Trump, now it's his turn to take the stage at his own nominating convention. What are we expecting?
Well, it's going to be another 4-day virtual event. We know that President Trump has been voraciously watching the Democratic Party's convention, and we know from White House officials that he is ordering a whole raft of last-minute changes to what we may all witness next week. He said last night that much more of it is going to be live. He's become very energized this week over the fact that so much of the Democratic convention was taped, which is one of the reasons why the Democrats were able to bring off technically flawless coverage over 4 nights. Donald Trump is promising far more live entertainment for the American public. The Democrats are gambling that his speech will be another one of those very dark speeches like his inaugural address where he spoke about American carnage. That's why you heard Joe Biden last night talking 11 times during the course of his speech as of the light and bringing America towards the light and out of this period of darkness. But the details of exactly what we're going to see next week, we won't know till we sit down on Monday night and start consuming it.
All right. Indeed, we're going to be keeping our eye out for that. Thank you very much, Simon Marks, speaking to us from Washington, D.C.